Hello, and welcome to the 2017-2018 school year. The new school year provides all of us with a fresh start and an opportunity to grow in new ways. This video will explain how North Platte Public Schools are improving grading and reporting to reflect current research-based practices.
We hope students, families, teachers, and the community will find this video helpful in understanding the what, the why, and the how.
The purpose of grading is to communicate the level of a student's achievement and their level of understanding in relation to content standards and course expectations. What is the purpose of implementing new grading and reporting practices? The purpose of implementing research-based practices is to ensure that grades are consistent, accurate, meaningful, timely, and supportive, all of which provide feedback towards student progress that aligns to agreed-upon learning targets. Grades ultimately should reflect what students know and are able to do.
In the spring of 2016, NPPSD determined the need for a strategic review of our grading and reporting practices to ensure alignment between what is practiced in our classrooms and what is grounded in research-based best practice. Our team consisted of district leadership, teaching and learning, building principals, and teacher-led continuous improvement teams with input from staff. These teams began their work by reviewing the most current research in effective grading practices. Based on the information gathered from Ken O'Connor, Rick Wormley, Dylan William, Thomas Gusky, Bob Marzano, and others, the need for restructuring our grading and reporting practices to better reflect best practices and align student grades with actual achievement toward grade level and course standards surfaced.
Six agreed-upon guiding practices will be implemented to support teachers in assessing what students know and are able to do. These 6 practices provide a roadmap towards implementation.
Guiding practice number 1. Grades will reflect achievement of the district's course grade level standard, concepts, and indicators. Supporting student learning begins with a student's understanding of the learning targets, whereby students have ample opportunity to show what they know through multiple assessment measures that are clearly aligned to content area standards.
Guiding practice number 2. Grades will reflect agreed-upon performance standards at the end of reporting periods. The meaning of grades, whether letters, numbers, or proficiency levels, will be derived from clear descriptions of performance standards. The district has adopted the use of an equal interval 10-point grading scale along with weighted categories, 70% summative assessments and 30% formative assessments at the secondary level, and the use of proficiency levels, proficient, developing, beginning at the elementary level.
Guiding practice number 3. Educators will report grades based solely on achievement. When report cards are issued, marking period grades will be based upon performance standards. Additionally, students will be held accountable for not only their achievement, but for their ability to demonstrate proficiency in student behavior and employability skills. NPPSD recognizes that personal conduct, work habits, interactions with adults, and interactions with peers are critical components of the whole child and further prepare students to be college and career ready. All report cards now will include a section where students will earn either satisfactory marks or unsatisfactory marks in the areas of personal conduct, work habits, interaction with adults, and interaction with peers. A rubric of these skills and conduct indicators can be found in our grading and reporting handbook.
Guiding practice number 4. Educators will provide students multiple opportunities to demonstrate proficiency with assessments for learning and of learning. In other words, grades will be based on a body of evidence aligned to grade level and course standards and will include formative and summative assessments such as instructional tasks, assignments, assessments, and projects. In addition, students will have opportunities to reassess after they have successfully completed an intervention plan, which is an agreement with the student, the parent and/or guardian, and the teacher. After reassessment, teachers will record the higher of the two scores.
Guiding practice number 5. Grading practices will support student motivation to learn. Educators will ensure that students understand in advance how they will demonstrate their learning and how their learning will be assessed and graded. Educators will support students in monitoring and communicating their own progress toward learning goals.
Guided practice number 6. Families are a partner in the education of their student and should be communicated with on an ongoing basis in a variety of modes, not just the report card. Grading practices will aim to give students and families meaningful and timely information that is useful in assisting with the learning process. Students will be able to clearly communicate to their families and teachers about what they are learning. Educators will articulate to both students and parents the purpose of assignments, formative and summative, and how each source of evidence can be used to improve learning. Students receiving special education services, as well as English learners, will receive accommodations and modifications as identified through collaboration between school teams and students' families.
The goal of homework is to provide quality practice opportunities that are meaningful and aligned to learning standards. Homework should clearly connect to what the student is learning at school and should provide students with opportunities to practice, deepen understanding, and learn from mistakes. It is important to note that, like other formative assignments, homework should be used to provide feedback and, if scored, are part of the 30% formative weighted category. NPPSD believes homework completion is important and it will be reported as part of student conduct.
Effective grading practices based on current research will ensure that student grades are consistent, accurate, meaningful, timely, and supportive. Additional information regarding current research and best practice can be found in the Frequently Asked Questions portion of our Grading and Reporting Handbook, located on our district website at www.nppsd.org.